Alright, I do apologize to anybody that actually watches this video. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm recording this on PS4. I don't know how to edit or anything like that. But a good friend of mine has asked me more than once to please make some videos about some bases I built. So we'll give it a shot. And hopefully it doesn't turn out too horribly. But starting off, this is one of my first characters on Fallout 4. This is also the first time I made an attempt to build a factory. And the main reason I'm actually showing this one first is because I've got a better one I've built on another character that I'll do another video on. But this one was my first one, and I learned a lot of things that actually helped me when making the other one. And one thing that I learned the hard way is this was originally supposed to be a giant skyscraper, and I actually went all the way up to the build limit, realized I had no idea what to put in all the floors, so I tore it back down.
Honest with you. I feel more
and started from scratch, and it kind of progressed into that. But because I already had it built, and let's go here and show you real quick. I'll show you all this stuff here in just a second. But because I already had it built, and I'd already done 2 floors as trophy rooms, I was already committed to the size of the floor plan, and I'll explain that here in just a second. But basically, this floor is just all the power armors with the different paints. Well, not necessarily all the paints. I think there's a few I still don't have, but there's that one. Okay. Just different paints that I got. These are some of the random ones you can find throughout the world. I think these are the Brotherhood paints. Yes, the different Brotherhood that you get from progressing in the Brotherhood. These are some of the other more unique ones. Sugar Bomb, Abraxo, the 2 Vim ones from Nuka World, and the 2 Nuka-Cola ones from the 2 Vim ones from, sorry, 2 Vim ones from Far Harbor, and the 2 Nuka-Cola ones from Nuka World. And then over here, just some other various paints, Minutemen, 2 Raider armors. I think that's the regular Raider armor, and this is the Overboss one from Nuka World. Yeah, it's Overboss one. Don't remember what this one is. Oh, it's just the Baltic paint. I had another mod in at one point, and there was a power armor that was exclusive to that mod. That's why this space here is empty. I don't remember it. Speaking of mods, one that I've actually got that's pertinent to this one is, let's see if I can actually get this to cooperate. And hopefully it doesn't kick me out and reload the game after doing this. Sometimes it does. Manufacturing overhaul. It adds, let's see. It doesn't have certain things because of Sony's restrictions. You can kind of see that there. I'll explain that here in just a minute. But gives ammo plant. Gives 4 ammo builders, 3 ammo scrappers. You can make armor forge, clothing looms, eyewear plant, headgear plant, power armor plant, under armor looms, vault looms. You got 4 different bottling plants, 3 chems, 3 explosives, different food processing plants, gambling machines. You can make human synth creations. Builders for basic junk items. The 2 component recyclers is 2 of the main ones that I use. It's actually the 2 main ones, that and the ammo plant. But part of that is this little, now if I can get my character to cooperate. This little fuse box right here comes with that. It produces 8 power. So instead of having a bunch of generators piled everywhere, you can actually use these little fuse boxes. They're actually, I like them better. They don't make any noise, and you can kind of hide them out of the way. But this floor is just basically weapon and various armor trophies. I don't really remember. This is my older character, so I don't really remember exactly what I was going for, but you can kind of see a bunch of different suits and stuff that I've stuck on these over time. A bunch of different guns on the wall. Just weapon workbenches and stuff. But anyway, I already had those two floors. I was already doing those two when I was trying to do this factory. So what happened was, because of the way the build was already built, I was really pressed for space in here. So everything's really cramped. It's aggravating to get around in this factory. You pretty much have to jump over conveyors, and your poor little companion will get lost. He can't possibly figure out how to get around some of these areas. Also, these various walls is so stuff will fall down onto these lower conveyors correctly. Even then, it doesn't always work. Stuff gets hung. As a matter of fact, right there's a couple pieces of lead that's hung. But on PC and Xbox, I think it's a little different. But on PlayStation, you got these two recyclers, A through F, and then F through Z. You can load various junk items in them. If I can remember where the terminal's at for these. Here it is, I think. And I'll show you how all these actually work on the other video that I'm going to do. But basically, you pick a component that you want. You set the recycler up, and then if you have junk in your inventory that has that in it, you loaded it here, it goes through there and it kicks it out. And like I said, I'll go through some of this more in a minute, but the main reason I wanted to actually show this one is just to kind of show how cramped, and I really had to change, there was a struggle to get all this to actually work correctly because of the way I'd built this to start with. And basically the best way that I found to actually do this, and the way I did it in the future, which like I said you'll see on the other one, is
hell, I have a ton of them.
Don't put any walls up, lay your whole entire floor out, then start laying out your conveyors. That way, if you run into a situation like I did over here where you actually could use a little bit more room for something, because I've done something totally different on my other one. It's got this little crazy wall contraption where all this falls down. I actually used them hoppers a lot more in my other build, and the reason I was able to do that is because I just done just the floor, and then I laid all my conveyors and stuff out, and then after I had all my conveyors on this bottom floor laid out like I wanted to and make sure I had plenty of room, here's a bag of fertilizer that somehow has ended up over here. After I had done all that, I was able to put my walls up, and I wasn't cramped for space, and you just got way more room to move around and to do things, and it looks a lot nicer, and you don't have the other one. I don't have these wires going 50 bazillion little places, and it's just everything works better in that one. These are your various ammo manufacturing plants. Oh, this is the recycler, but you can make different ammos. Like I said, on my other video, I'll actually show you how this whole thing works. I will also try to find out, if I can, I will try to find the name of the guy, because the basic premise of this I got from watching another YouTuber's video, and I don't remember his name. I'll try to find it and try to figure out how to give him credit in the description or the comments, one of the two. I'll try to find the link for it if I can. But his also was like, his was way better than either one of mine, because he had actually wired everything to a central room. And so he just basically had like a little office room over here with a bunch of switches, and he could just go to one room and operate the entire plant from it. Whereas for me to turn this on, I've got to use this switch. I've got a switch over there. I want say, there's a bunch of switches up here for the different, every hopper up here, I've got different switches up there for hoppers. I've got switches all over the place to try to turn all the various things on. And that's just, a lot of that is. The other plant's a lot cleaner, but it still has the same thing. I never have gotten around to wiring either one of them up correctly. I never have got him to wire them up like he did, but his was like really cool and I really like it. And I hope I can find that video and link it because his is a really good way of actually building it. I think he actually has a video showing how he wired it too. But that's kind of all for this character. I mean, I've got some other bases, but most of them is just standard stuff. This character, I really didn't know what I was doing building bases. Most of my bases on this character are just giant cubes and stuff like that. After watching another YouTuber, 21 Kilotud, he had a live stream where he played in survival, and after seeing several of his bases, I actually modified the way I built bases on my other two characters, and they actually turned out a lot nicer. As a matter of fact, one of those is my survival character, which will be another one that I'm going to do to show y'all that one. But that's kind of all for this video. Not really a whole lot to show here, because like I said, I'm going to show how the factory works in another video, so I don't see a point getting into it in this one. Again, I do apologize. Like I said, I'm not used to talking on video. I'm not used to making videos. I definitely have no clue how to edit this, so it's just going to be raw video. Which, granted, I don't really have that many people going to watch this, other than a few I'm going to share it with, so that's that for this one.